Hello, Saints. This week we're looking at Paul's epistle to the Ephesians. We're there in chapter 5, and we're looking at lesson 9, the Sabbath School Quarterly, called Living Wisely. This part of the epistle tells us about how the church is to be living in this present world. This is the community of Christ. This was the great mystery that we learned in the first part, that is revealed in both Jew and Gentile, those two now becoming one. And in living for the world, we should live for Christ, not as the world lives for itself, in the things that it does, motivated by love for drink, partying, sexuality. But we should be giving ourselves to God and walking as children of light into the world. Paul writes, "Let no one deceive you with empty words, for because of these things, the wrath of God has come upon the sons of disobedience," in Ephesians 5, verse 6. And so when we think about what we should be, we need to realize that we need to be awake to what's going on, and not given to just going along with the things that are happening. We have many Christians who claim to be Christians and yet live like the world because they are not presenting of Christ. They're not knowing that they should be representative of Christ, and they're giving ways to the world. How many times have you read there in Matthew 25 where Jesus at the end separates the sheep from the goats? And many of the goats come back and tell Jesus, "We're sheep." And Jesus says, "I don't even know you." We need to realize that we need to give ourselves to Christ and live as Christians. How would this reflect in a relationship that we have here? How would it reflect to a wife or to a husband if we said, "I do," and then lived like it? This is the same thing that the church should be doing with Christ. After all, we are his bride. He is our groom. And we should be given fidelity to him, not to the world. The world doesn't have hope. It doesn't have meaning. But in Christ, we have hope, and we have meaning and purpose as we give the message to the world. And so this thing about being church at this time in world history is really important for us to understand. We're not to be part of the world. We live in it, but not part of it. We have a message to give, a message of hope, full of meaning, full of purpose, as we seek to build the kingdom to prepare for Jesus to come back. Blessings.